Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We are going to go through UFC 305 Plessis versus Adesanya. It takes place on Saturday, the 17th of August. We're going to go through the prelims, the early prelims, and the main card. If you guys enjoy, drop a sub, drop a like. It helps me out. We're just going to get right into it. Trying to do another 2 videos tonight. Gotta do them. Here we go. We're going to start with the first prelim. Stuart Nicole versus Jesus Aguilar. We're going to go... Fuck. I had it set, too, before I came into this. I want to pick Jesus, but I think this is just kind of an entry point for Stuart. Stuart is incredible. He is very powerful. He's good in the mix-up. I think the path to victory for Jesus is to take him down and sub him. I just think Stuart probably is going to have... Like, he does have decent knowledge, okay? Like, he's not a dumb fighter. Both guys are kind of similar in skill. I think he's going to have the knowledge to be able to have a wide base and keep Jesus off of him, especially Jesus being the smaller guy. I think Nicole might just piece him up, man. I don't know. I don't think Jesus is going to get finished. I think that's probably going to go 3 rounds, but I think Stuart might be a little bit too powerful for Jesus, more or less in the grappling, and I think Stuart is just going to be able to impose his game plan that he wants, just pick him apart from the outside. Maybe end up with a KO, but I don't think Jesus is going to give up that easily. Next on the prelims, we have Kenan Song versus Ricky Glenn. I'm going Kenan Song specifically because Ricky Glenn, he looks like he's deteriorating, okay? He looks like when he's inside the cage, he doesn't want to be there anymore. He looks like this is the job that he has to go to because he has to make a living and he doesn't want to work at McDonald's. It looks like he's comfortable in his place and he doesn't feel like improving. I mean, fair play to him, but Kenan Song's going to knock his ass the fuck out. I mean, it's just how it is. The assassin takes out the gladiator. It's just in truth, in words, and in combat. Kenan Song needs a much needed victory. You know, he's had a rough couple years. Ricky Glenn needs a much needed victory as well. He's just unfortunately not going to get it. I don't think he's the type of fighter that's going to improve anymore, especially after moving up to welterweight at this point, trying to change his career. When guys start moving up in weight, man, and you're not even in your finished your prime yet, it's a bad sign. Ricky's trying to do something like rapid to try and fix it. I don't think this is going to fix it. I think Kenan Song, being a natural 170, I think he's going to just beat the shit out of Ricky. And I think that's kind of how I stand with those type of fighters, man. When you see fighters have a tough couple years where they go like 6 or 7 losses, dude, especially Ricky, man, he was so good before his loss streak. Or his bundle of losses. He's just not beating anyone in the UFC that you can be happy with. He was just beating guys in the regional scene. Kenan Song is not a guy that's just gonna let you beat him, bro. He's going to beat the shit out of you. Especially that Bedoya fight. That was a scary fight. Next on the prelims, we have Tom Nolan versus Alex Reyes. I'm going Tom Nolan, the chin suspect, but you can't really, dude, sometimes it happens, okay? Genuinely, sometimes it happens. They hit your off button. Everyone has an off button. No one's steel for life, okay? Unless you're Max Holloway or Yoel Romero for that. His neck is insane. Alex Reyes knocked out the last 2 times around to very good people. Well, I say very good. Mike Perry fucking a long time ago, and Charlie Campbell, who actually is pretty good. I like Charlie Campbell a lot. The Mike Perry knee took him out. I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he just took some time off because of the KO. But I think he had some personal issues or something. But he's back and he wants to fight. He wants to get his ass knocked out. Be my friend. Most likely going to be round 1. I don't see this going past the first round and a half. I think Tom Nolan's going to get a quick victory. And I think he's just going to move on with his life. This is kind of a pathetic thing for Big Train. But I guess they're trying to give him a free win because they fed him to Moda, who somehow got steel hands for that night. Anyway, we're going to move on. What am I dropping right here? Oh, I'm dropping papers. We're going to move on in the prelims. We're going to go to Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. I'm going Jack Jenkins. Herbert Burns folds. Herbert Burns tends to give up very, very easily. In every single one of his losses that you've seen, he genuinely gives up. He has one round where he looks half decent and you're like, oh shit, my parlay might get fucked. And then you remember it's Herbert Burns. And you remember the guy who's named The Blaze. like a burning fire, is getting put the fuck out in the second round every goddamn time. Every time. All the time. Quite sure it's true. Let's see. Round 2. Round 2. Round 2. He TKO'd from exhaustion versus Bill Algeo. Bill fucking Algeo made him tap to exhaustion. What? Like what? What are you even saying right now? Jack Jenkins is going to knock this dude the fuck out in the second round, okay? And we're going to keep that second round because I think it's going to pay out more. And I hope Jack doesn't just knock him out in the first minute because I'd be really upset, okay? That's not really a fight we have to go through either. Like, it's kind of simple, okay? Like, if Jack Jenkins lose, dude, you just never pick him again, okay? It's super easy. But for fight fans, you're going to see Herbert Burns fall, okay? Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos next on the prelims at 125. Going Luana Santos, Casey O'Neill. Lost to Lipsky, lost to, who's that other girl? Jennifer Maia. Meh, fucking, that Maia loss is bad, okay? Luana Santos looks like she's improving. She is a young fighter, but she has this almost similar experience to Casey. I think she's a little bit better on the ground. I think she's probably going to be able to pop her up on the feet. The girls are similar in height and reach. You're not gonna. They're just similar builds. You're gonna see a women's MMA fight, honestly. But I do think Luana Santos is going to submit her. I just think she's better on the ground. I think Casey O'Neill might go for some scrambles, and I think she's gonna get out scrambled. I think she's gonna get out grappled, and I think she's gonna end up getting her back taken in probably the second round. She's probably gonna end up getting tapped out. It's just because Luana Santos is kind of slick in the grappling. Sometimes she gets sweeps positions other girls don't. She's just able to maneuver herself on the ground better. She's Brazilian, it's kind of the stereotype. You kind of expect them to be good on the ground. I don't trust in Casey O'Neill, and if you want to really play this fight, I'd probably just stay away, to be honest. Over 2.5 rounds, is always a lock for women's MMA. This one, I don't think so, man. I really think Luana Santos might lock up a submission. But that's just me. There's not much to talk about for that fight just because, it's women's MMA. Like, Casey O'Neill's not a bad fighter. Luana Santos is quite good. Luana Santos has fought less impressive opposition than Casey O'Neill, but Casey O'Neill hasn't won against that opposition that I'm talking about. So in the end, I feel like it cancels out anyway. And I feel like watching both girls fight, they're actually both really good, and I wouldn't be mad if either girl won. I just think Luana Santos being better on the ground, she just has more ways to win means I like them better for odds. Okay, if I'm trying to make money, I have to place my bets smart. Next on the prelims, and we got one more after this. Josh Culibao versus Ricardo Ramos. I'm going Josh Culibao, most likely going to get a finish on Ricardo Ramos. Charles Jourdain, guillotine, Julian Rosa, guillotine. He's putting himself in bad positions when he was supposed to be the guy choking everyone out. Ricardo Ramos might get Josh Culibao on the ground. He might wrestle fuck him. I just think Culibao's going to be able to stand on the outside and just get him off of him. Like, I don't think Culibao's going to let Ricardo Ramos do what he tries to do to every other fighter. And I think Ramos being the guy that every single time ends up in that choke, like, fuck, man, it's really difficult for me because I don't hate Ricardo Ramos. I just can't pick him with trust. I can't. Apparently, like, especially against Jourdain or a Rosa, bro. Like, Juicy J was not supposed to win that fight at all. The Christian Rodriguez fight, he's not supposed to win that fight either. They just slip into these guillotines of these guys, bro. These guys, they need to stop doing this shit. Like, the Tukov fight, I remember that. The Danny Chavez fight is shit. He's terrible. Yeah, I'm going Josh Culibao. I just think he's more impressive to me than Ricardo Ramos is at this point. And I think Ricardo Ramos being this brain-dead IQ in a fight, I think he's going to continue doing it. He hasn't shown me any better. So I'm going to just go Josh Culibao. Next, and finally on the prelims, we have Junior Tafa versus Walter Walker. If it was Justin Tafa, I'd make my pick more confident. I'm going to go Junior Tafa by knockout. I think Walter Walker's shit. Both these guys are kind of bad. Junior Tafa is just a brawler. He's a Derek Lewis in a different form. Walter Walker's going to have to take Junior Tafa down if he wants to win. And Walter just tries to, like, hit you a couple times, take you down, beat the fuck out of you on the ground. Not going to work against Junior Tafa. He's going to sit there and he's going to eat it, start standing. Walter's going to be tired. Junior Tafa will swing everything he has until he's completely gassed. Walter Walker's also going to come in and max weight. So, Junior Tafa's probably going to have the better cardio. He's probably going to look better. He's probably going to have the bigger hands, okay? I'm going to go Junior Tafa by knockout, first round and a half. I mean, his last win that was impressive is Sidaro. Pork Parter is not good. Or Parker Parter. Whatever. Fuck pork shop. I don't give a fuck. Junior Tafa, the Juggernaut, I believe will come out with the victory. Walter Walker will get kicked out of the UFC and he can go back to fucking beating up bums in Titan FC. Right? Right or wrong? Anyway, we're going to start with the main card now. We have Jing Liang Li, the Leech, versus Carlos Prates. I'm going Carlos Prates by knockout most likely. He looks insane on the feet. I thought Charles Radke might have a chance in the grappling. Might be able to take Carlos Prates down after I've been sucking Prates' nuts for the last 3 fights that he's been doing, even back into the LFA days. I was fucking wrong. My nut sucking was probably for a good reason. He beat the shit out of Charles Radke, and I think he's going to do the same thing to the Leech. The Leech isn't a bad fighter. He lost to Daniel Rodriguez. Probably should have won that fight, in my opinion. Should be on a two-win streak against Salikov. Is also very impressive. Muslim Salikov is a very impressive opposition. Fuck, man. It just makes me upset because he's beaten really good guys like Eliseo, but Carlos Prates, man, and the Leech is just getting older and he's beating like Daniel Rodriguez is not good. He's not good, bro, and he got choked out by Chimaev. Santiago Ponzinibbio is good, but 3 years ago, I think I'm more confident in Prates being the younger fighter. Like, bro, he just looks good. You know when you watch a guy and you're like, damn, you know? Like, he figures it out. He looks like he really figured it out. Prates looked like he really figured it out, okay? Prates looks like he figured it out completely. Fuck. I would go under 2.5 rounds this fight. I would not pick either fighter because Leech is nothing to be fucked with either, okay? This is a really hard fight for Carlos Prates. And this is gonna make or break him right here. I think if he can take out the Leech, that's an impressive enough victory to bring him up to the top 20. Fuck. I don't know if I can confidently pick Carlos Prates to where I believe that he will get the victory no matter what. I think the Leech is a heavy opposition, man. I think Carlos Prates is live for a knockout though. I'm going to lean heavy. I'm going to lean on the side of Carlos Prates because of the reach advantage, because of the striking, and he just looks better. And the fact that the Leech strikes, and he's most likely not going to take it to the ground, that should be a worry in Lee's book. Next on the main card, we have Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik, the kickboxer. We're going to go with Tai Tuivasa because I can't help to see my boy go 5 losses in a row. I really, really, really want him to beat the fuck out of Jairzinho Rozenstruik in Australia. I think that'd be awesome. I think if he gets the knockout, gets up on the fucking top, starts chugging a beer, that'd be epic. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, dude, like, he loses to brawlers and he loses to wrestlers, but he also, like, takes them into deep waters, and I really hope Bam Bam's going to be able to get a knockout early, because I think a win over Derek Lewis for Tai is kind of impressive. I mean, Derek kind of gassed out and fell to the floor, but like, Rozenstruik's nothing to be fucked with, dude. He's a really, really good kickboxer. He most likely will be taking Tai Tuivasa out. I just like Tai too much that I'm going to be sprinkling some money on him, probably putting him in a parlay or two. I would go under a round and a half for this fight. I don't think it's making it out of the first round, but excuse me for the fucking yawns, okay? I'm trying. I just don't. Yeah, just go under 1.5 rounds, man. Like, it's going to a knockout, okay? If you can bet, just knockout clean, like someone's going out, TKO. Yeah, it's gonna happen, okay? It's gonna be one of these guys. They're not going past 2 rounds. There's just no way, and I really hope Bam Bam comes out with a win, because Rozenstruik will stay in the UFC if he loses. Tai won't, probably. 5 losses in a row is not a good look, especially at heavyweight, especially when you're not even... Well, he is fighting super competition, but, like, you're being fucking... You're beating Greg Hardy before, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, calm down. Okay, we have next on the main card, we have Mateus Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. Mateus Gamrot seems to have a problem with strikers and guys who can get rid of the takedown problem. Dan Hooker kind of does that too. He's kind of good in keeping a wide base. It's just if he gets to the ground, I don't know if I'm confident in Dan getting back up. I think most likely Mateus Gamrot will take Dan Hooker to a decision over 2.5 rounds. And I think if Dan Hooker can impose his game plan of keeping range, keeping the jab up, keeping those teep kicks front, and keeping... I can't do anything without yawning, bro. Keeping those teep kicks, keeping him away from him, I think he's going to be able to keep Gamrot off of him and keep himself in the fight. But if he lets Gamrot get a hold of him, any type of lock, any type of single leg, I just don't think Dan has the technique that's good enough to deal with Mateus's constant chain wrestling. It's just going to be a big problem, and this is kind of a make or break point in Dan's career where he's trying to make another title run, and this is going to decide it for him. Mateus Gamrot is basically there, so I'd like to see him fight for a title, but I'd also like to see my boy Hangman fight. Yeah, I would just go over 2.5 rounds for that fight, guys. Dan Hooker is live for a knockout because Gamrot kind of does leave his chin a little bit exposed sometimes, but he's never been knocked out of before, and especially Kuta Deladze didn't knock him out. I don't think he's getting knocked out here. Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. I'm going Steve Erceg by knockout. Steve Erceg arguably could have been the new flyweight? Yeah, flyweight champ of the world against Pantoja. He just fucked up in that 5th round and went for a takedown or made a mistake. Whatever. It was a mistake. You saw it on the floor. He literally said fuck, and he started crying on the floor before the fight even ended. He knew he fucked up. He could have been the champ. Kai Kara France has been knocked out by Brandon Moreno last time, or before Amir Albazi beat him by split decision. Steve Erceg's really good, bro. I think he's going to knock out Kai Kara France with body shots. Probably 2nd round. It's going to be an awesome fight. 2 Aussies, or Auckland and Aussie, but whatever. Yeah, Kai Kara France isn't a bad fighter, but Steve Erceg is a lot better, I think. And I think Steve Erceg is live for a knockout, especially against a guy like Kai Kara France who leaves his body exposed sometimes, tries to play the slick boxing, and it doesn't always work. We're going to end with the main event now. I'm going to drop you guys some parlays after. But if you guys did enjoy, drop a like. Again, I'm trying to stream this on Saturday the 17th. If you guys are there, drop by, drop a it's not comment, a fucking chat, but stop by, chat for a little bit. I'll be watching the fights. I'll be commentating over it. You don't need those who needs Rogan, bro? You got me. Rogan's not even going to be there. He's going to be doing a watch-along anyway. Don't watch that. Watch me. Come on. What are you talking about? Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. This last style bender is, and in fact, I believe, going to knock out Dricus du Plessis. I think Izzy, when he's on the hunt for a title, he is one of the scariest title challengers you've ever seen in your life. Izzy's coming back after losing to Sean Strickland after eating a right hook in the 1st round, getting dropped, and losing the next 4 rounds after that round as well. He lost 49-46. Probably should have been 50-45, just saying. But he is here fighting Still Knox. I just think Izzy's a lot better than Dricus du Plessis, and I think he's going to be able to take him out here. I don't think Dricus has the ability to take out Stylebender, but if he does, I will definitely shit my pants. I think this fight's probably going under 3.5 rounds. If you guys don't like that, take Izzy. I think Izzy's a very, 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 very live pick here. I think he's going to win 100%, dude. There's just no way Dricus beats him. I just don't believe it. Izzy is the best kickboxer at middleweight ever right now. In the UFC ever. Ever. He is insane. He's probably the GOAT of middleweight at this point. He's going to win. I believe it. I believe it. Alex Pereira, gave him a run for his money, but he talked shit. He deserved it, okay? Now his time is to come back. He got his karma. We're over it, okay? We're going to go for a parlay. Ken and Song, we're going to go Tom Nolan under 1.5 rounds. We're going to go Jack Jenkins by knockout. We're going to go Luana Santos. That's your 4 pick early. It's easy. Jack Jenkins round 2 KO. Sprinkle it in there if you guys want. We're going to go another parlay. We're going to go Josh Kulabau. We're going to go We're going to go Josh Kulabau. We're going to go over 2.5 rounds. Dan Hooker, Mateus Gamrot. We're going to go Steve Erceg, and we're going to go McKinnon Song, just because you got to throw him in there. He seems really easy to win. We're going to give you a main card pick. We're going to go Israel Adesanya, Steve Erceg. We're going to go under 1.5 rounds, Tai Tuivasa, Jairzinho, Rosenstrike. And we're going to go under 2.5 rounds, Jing Liang Li versus Carlos Prates. It just seems pretty easy. Junior Tafa probably won't make it out of the first round either, if that's how we're swinging. Walter Walker, is... live for getting knocked out as well, and he can drop Tafa, but I hope he doesn't. If you guys are trying to pick the whole card, just follow what I picked. If you guys really want to stick by me, I'm not always right, guys, but I try to give you my best picks. I'm usually 60 to 70% right. If you fucking pick the 60 I pick right, you win 60%. There you go. That's all I got for you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully you see Anu coming this weekend, and hopefully you see Steve Erceg knock the fuck out of Kai Kara-France, because that's all I want this week. Oh, well, I also want Carlos Prates to win, and I kind of want to see Luana Santos make a break for the flyweight title. That's all I got for you guys this weekend. I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you Saturday with the bets and the stream. Peace.